Marking my head for my hat.
Okay, Wes, tell me a little bit about this Measure N.
Well, Sal, I think the most important part is it's equal representation for the whole city. The city of Corona right now is divided. You know, it has at-large election. There are five council people that represent the entire city. And I think there's a lot of people in town that would say that they don't feel they have a representative that represents their part of town, especially the Ciudad de Oro folks, the people in McKinley area and kind of the eastern part of Corona. And I think having a representative in each neighborhood, and I think the N for neighborhoods is a fantastic thing that will be able to actually have representation and some accountability on a neighborhood basis, you can pick up the phone and that person knows your neighborhood, knows what trials and tribulations that you go through, gets on the freeway the way you do, uses the same streets, knows your problems before you have to call them.
Wes, let me ask you this question. I know that today we have council members that have been in office for 15, 20 years. And it doesn't seem to me like they're accountable. How difficult is it going to be once we go to this new system to hold the city council member in your area accountable?
Having smaller areas to run in is going to make, you're going to have a lot different diversity, you're going to have a lot of turnover, which is a good thing. You want new ideas. I think we have some council people that have been on the council for a very long time. There's some that do a great job. They know the city backward and forward. But unfortunately, it's like, going in a rut and you stay in the same road, you're not seeing any new ideas. I think you got to have new blood, you got to have new people. And I think that Measure N is really going to get us there. It's going to get us some new blood, some new ideas.
Let me ask you this. How many different areas are there going to be in this Measure N? How many different districts are there?
There's going to be 5 districts, so we'll have the exact same number of council people we have now, and they are geographically, I think that they've done a really great job setting up the districts. I know the lines look a little funny, but they are really based on numbers of people, the infrastructure, and I think what people need. And those areas they're going to have similar needs.
How did the areas get put together? Who's responsible for putting it together?
The city hired an independent consultant that's a renowned guy. He's beyond reproach, Dr. Johnson. He has done hundreds of these throughout the state. Never had any of them sued, which is one of the things we really want to make sure you do when you set up one of these, is to make sure you're accounting for every voter, every group that needs to be represented. And the guy that we had doing this did a fantastic job without much interaction, without much pressure from the council. Even though the council did pick the final group, I think we had a consensus that the map that they picked was the correct map.
That sounds great. Well, Wes, I want to thank you very much for your information, and hopefully we'll talk to you in the future.
Great, thank you very much.